friends, welcome back to our channel. So in this session we'll see select command in SQL. So in the previous sessions we have seen a create command and insert command. So create command is used to create a table and insert command is used to insert the data into a table. Now the select command is a one more DML command, that is a data manipulation language command, which will retrieve the data. We will retrieve the data from the table, right? So in order to get the data from the table, we need to use this select command. So here the syntax for this select command is, so select star from table name and here you can write a where class, where the condition. So here you can write the condition, order by the column name and also having, so we can write a having and a group by, right? So all these classes we can write, but in this session we'll see these three and after we'll see this having and group by. Okay, so first we'll see this one. So here this is the normal syntax and here the star is nothing but our projection. So we have discussed this projection concept in relational algebra, right? So projection means restricting the column names. So here we need to specify whatever the columns we require to display, that particular columns we have to specify here. So if you give a star, it will display all the columns, right? And if you want to restrict a few columns, here you need to specify specific columns, right? So select some column name 1, column name 2, etc. from table name, right? So only these particular columns will be displayed on the resultant table, right? And here this is not mandatory, where class is not mandatory. So if you want to get the details based upon the condition, then you have to write this where class. And this condition can be a simple condition or a compound condition. So we know what is exactly the condition. So if our condition means if our expression is having some is equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. So if you use any field with these operators, relational operators, so these are called as a relational operators. So if our condition is having these relational operators, the expression is having these relational operators, so that we call it as a condition. So here we can use either simple condition or a compound condition. So if you are using the compound condition, then that comparison between two different simple conditions, so you can use or and not. So you can use these operations, these operators, that means a logical operators, we call them as a logical operator. So these logical operators are used to compare two different conditions. So based upon the result of that condition, the complete results will be displayed in the resultant table, right? So don't worry, I will execute all the queries. So I will execute a query with a simple condition, I will execute a query with a compound condition, and I will execute with a query without a conditions. I will execute a query with some columns, and I will execute the query to display all the columns. Each and every case I am going to execute in the MySQL, right? So this is only the introductory part. I am showing the syntax. And apart from these things, we can also have like. So we can use a like here, okay, where condition or some this condition, in the place of condition we can use this like. So this is to search for a pattern. So that means if you want to get the details of an employee or a student whose name starts with some character, so that is a pattern match. So for that purpose we are going to use this like. And in, so in means we'll give a multiple values, and if the condition satisfies with those values, the result will be displayed, right? So search in multiple values, and also between. So between means the name itself indicates we'll give search in a range. So here we are supposed to give a range of values, so based upon that particular range the result will be retrieved. Okay, so here the next one is order by to arrange in ascending order or descending order. So based upon the given column, the complete data will be arranged either in ascending order or a descending order, right? So all these are not mandatory. So this is a normal syntax for retrieving the data. So select star. So star can be a single column, a particular columns, or a multiple columns, all the columns. So from a table name, so that from this particular table the details will be displayed in the resultant table. And if you want to filter the changes, filter the values. So for example, if you consider any student table, if you want to get the student details whose percentage is greater than 90, so there we are supposed to use a condition. So there we have to use this where class. Okay. So apart from this order by, that means if you want to arrange the student details based upon their percentages. So either ascending order or descending order, you can use this one, right? And also we can search the student details based upon the pattern, given pattern. We can search the student details based upon in the multiple values, giving the multiple values as an input. From that multiple values we can get the data, and also we can give a range of values. So the match or the search which satisfies this particular range will be displayed on the screen. So I'll execute each and every query of this select statement, so except having and group by. So we'll see the having, group by, and the nested queries in our further sessions. So this is all about our select command. It's a very important, because if you want to get the data from the table, this is most important. But through the select command itself we are getting the data from the table, so which comes under the data manipulation language, right? So let's move on to the SQL. I'll demonstrate each and every case of this select statement, right? So let's move on to the MySQL.
Hello friends, just now we have seen the syntax for select command in SQL. And this select command is used to retrieve the data from the tables. So in the previous session we have seen the command how to create the table and how to insert the data into the table. Now we'll see how can we retrieve the data from the table, right? So one command is a select command, which comes under the DML commands, data manipulation language. So just now we have seen the syntax, so how many ways we can get the data. So let us see in the implementation by executing the queries in MySQL. So let me open the MySQL command line. So give the password. I'll clear the screen. And here we need to use a database. So we have created one database called a YouTube database. So from this YouTube database, we have created one table. We have that is a student table, and we have inserted some sort of data into the student table. Let us check with that one. So show tables. So there is one table that is a student, right? In order to get the data, from the table, so if you use the star, that implies it will get all the columns, the data from all the columns. See, let us check. So select command star from the table name is a student. if you execute this one, it will display all the columns of a student table. See, so if you describe the student, so it is having only 3 fields, that means the 3 attributes. You got all the 3 data, right? The data of all 3 fields. And if you want to restrict the number of fields, that means in the relational algebra we have studied about the operations like projection, right? So that means we can restrict the columns, so we can get only the specified columns. Then you have to use this query. So select the required column names from the table name. So select it. If I just want to get only the roll number and the percentage, so select SID comma percentage from student, so that it will display only the required columns, right? Only student ID and a percentage, only the student ID and percentage. So if you want to specify the data for a particular columns, then you have to use this query. Select column name 1, column name 2, column name 3, etc., etc. What are the columns you need to be displayed? So that column names should be represented here from the table name. And there is a one more case to get the data, that is a distinct. So that means if you observe the data, so select a star from student, you will get the complete data. You can observe here. So total some 8 student details are there. 8 student details. Among these 8 student details, see what are the distinct values, that means without any repetition. For example, if you go with the SID, there is no repetition because it's a primary key, so we'll get all the 8. And coming to the S name, you can see there is one name which is repeated, Hari. So among this total 8 data, we will get only 7, because if you use this distinct, okay, without repetition, what are the values? Right. See, select distinct S name from student. So you will get only 8. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because total 8. Among these 8, the name Hari has been repeated 2 times. So it will not be reflected here. Only 7 rows inside. Similarly, coming to the percentage, select distinct percentage from student. So here also we'll get only 6, because there are repetitions, I think. See, 99 is one repetition, 88 is another repetition. So 2 repeated values will be deleted, so that we'll get only the unique values. So for that purpose, for getting that unique count, we can go with this distinct, right? Then the general syntax for retrieving the data. So select the column names from the table, and where we have to use a where class and give the condition. So based upon this condition, the data will be retrieved. And here the condition can be a single condition or the compound condition. And single condition means using the relational operators, right? So all these are the relational operators. And apart from these relational operators, we can also use a different cases, that is a between, so that we can give a certain range, and like, which can search the pattern, search for the given pattern, and in to select from the multiple set of values, right? So I'll show you the syntax and I will execute the query. Don't worry about that. See, first let us see the simple condition. So select star from a student where simple condition, that means if I need to get the details of a student whose percentage is greater than 85. So that's a percentage. So select a star from student. See, display student details whose percentage greater than 85, right? So that's first one. So what you have to do, select a star from student where percentage greater than 85. So you'll get the complete details of a student whose percentage is greater than 85. So you can cross check it one. So select star from student. So you will get this one. So we are checking for percentage greater than 85. So 101, 103, 107 and 108. See, 1, 0, 1, 3, 7 and 8. Total 4 rows are there. Right? So this is how we have to write this condition. So here we are checking only one condition. So that's why we are giving with a single condition. Single condition. Right? Next. So display student details whose percentage is greater than 70 and s name is equal to Hari. Okay, s name is equal to Hari. So we are checking this one, percentage greater than 70 and s name Hari. So it should satisfy both the conditions. So the name should be Hari and the percentage should be 70. Okay, or simply you can see, we'll check SID greater than 103. Okay, so we'll check with the student ID, whose student ID is greater than 103 and whose percentage is 70. See, select star from student. So if you need to get only a few things, we can simply use the columns. I mean, here you need to give the column. I'm giving star so that it will display all the 3 columns. So where percentage greater than 70 and SID greater than 103. Sorry, here the percentage is PERC. Right. See, we got the details. So 103 and percentage is greater than 70. So 103 but greater than 70 is 1, 2 and 3. So the total 3 rows have been retrieved. Okay, so end means both the conditions should be satisfied. And if you give the same query with or means, so either percentage is greater than 70 or SID greater than 103, we'll get everything. So if any one of the condition is true, the same result will be given here. So that means we'll get the details of a students whose percentage is greater than 70 and whose SID is 103. That means a union operation. So you can simply, for better understanding, you can see the percentage greater than 70, the result will be there. SID greater than 103, result will be there. So you apply the union operation in between these two operations. So it will automatically avoid the duplicate. So we'll get the complete details. Right? So hope you understood this one. And then see, this is the third query. Display the student. So this we call it as a compound condition because we are applying the 2 different conditions. So we can simply say this as a compound condition. Right? So similarly, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, not equal to, everything you can write it. See, condition 1 and condition 2 and condition 3 and so on. Condition 1 or condition 2 or condition 3 and so on. Right? And not. That means if it is true, then it will be false. If it is false, it will be true. So you can see. So display student details whose percentage is not greater than, okay, not greater than 90. Okay. So for this we can simply write, so select star from student where, see, what is the syntax here? Simply you can see where not condition, where not percentage greater than 70 or 90. See, so simply we'll get the student details whose percentage is not greater than 90. Right? So we are getting only 6 rows because so there are 2 rows with a percentage 99 which is greater than 90. Right? So hope you understood. So first it will check for the condition percentage greater than 90 and not, we are applying not. That means other than the percentage greater than 90 will be retrieved. So this is one case. Okay. And the next one is order by. Order by means simply that's an arranging the data in ascending order or a descending order. By default it will be the ascending order. So see, select star from student. So let us arrange this percentage in ascending and descending order. So if you want to arrange the percentage in ascending or descending order, you can use a order by. So our next query. So display student details in ascending or descending order, right, based on percentage. So based upon percentage, we need to display the student details. So for that, you can simply use a select star from student. So where, sorry, order by percentage. So by default, it will be the ascending order. Sorry, PERC. Okay. So always I am giving the wrong field name. So PERC, right. So you can observe here, it is an ascending order. That means lower to higher, lower to higher. So it will display all the student details with a ascending order, percentage with a ascending order. And if you want to get it in a descending order, okay, if you want to get it in a descending order, you need to specify this particular DESC. DESC. Let us check. So select star from student order by percentage DESC. Here you need to specify DESC so that we'll get the details in a descending order. Descending order. Similarly, you can also use a select a star from student order by yes name. So yes name means based upon the alphabetical order, details, the student details will be arranged G H R S V. If you want to give in the descending order, simply you can use so DESC so that we'll get the complete details in a descending order with respect to the name. With respect to the name. So this is how we can arrange the data in ascending or descending order. And the next one, limit the number. That means, so based upon the condition, we may get a number of values. Okay, we may get the number of values. But if you want to limit the number of data, right? So if you want to get only the few data, some top 2 data, right? So we can limit that data to be retrieved by using this limit class. For example, see, so select a star from student. So there are a lot of data. So you can get, see, select star from student where percentage greater than 80. So we are getting complete details, right? From the starting of the SID, we are getting the complete result whose percentage is greater than 80. Now you can limit this one. So I just want to get only the 3 details, the first 3 details. So then, so select star from student where percentage greater than 80, limit to 3. That means I need to get the first 3 values. Sorry. Yes, just a second. Yes. From student, right? See, we'll get only 3. We'll get only the 3 because we are limiting the result to 3, right? So the query will be display student details, okay, whose percentage is greater than 80. So this is also display first 3 student details. First 3 student details whose percentage is greater than 80. So based upon the SID, okay, based upon the SID, that means a student ID, will get the details. If you give here, so greater than 60, limit to 3. So we'll get only limited to 3. So if you go with the limit to 5, we'll get a 5, top 5. So here you can observe 105 is missing. Select star from student, okay, where SID is equal to 105. Let us check only the percentage. Okay, why this percentage, I mean why this 105 is not getting, right? So select percentage student from SID is equal to 105. So the percentage of 105 is 40, which is not greater than 60. So that's why we didn't get this value 105 results in the result, right? Okay, hope you understood. We can limit the number of results. So in a class there might be some 100 students, so we need to get only a few students. So that's why we got this one. Okay, so hope you got this one. See, so this is how we can get the data, that means the top 3 rankers in the class. Okay, so let us write down the query here first so that you can understand. So display first 3 ranks based on percentage, okay, from the student table, right? From the student table, display first 3, that means the top 3 ranks, based on percentage from the student table, right? So for that, what we have done, so simply we have created one query, select star from student, order by percentage descending. So this will automatically display all the details in the descending order based upon the percentage in a descending order. Here we are limiting the 3, limit to 3, so that we'll get the top 3 rankers here, right? So hope you understood this one, why we are using this limit. Okay, so if you want to get a last 3 ranks, so simply you can use a select star from student, order by percentage, so it will be in ascending order. So limit 3, so you'll get the least 3 ranks in the table. You can observe here, select star from table student. So the last ranks are 65, 40 and 77, only these 3. So 40, 65 and 77. So this is the one use of using this limit. That means we can limit the result. So we may get a multiple values, multiple rows, but we can limit these multiple rows. And then like, it's a pattern. That means search pattern. If you want to search a particular pattern, we can use this like. Okay, so like pattern. Here we'll write the query first. So if you want to display student details whose name starts with A or some alphabet S. Okay, so if you want to search this particular pattern, you have to use this like. Okay, so select a star from student where S name like, and here the percentage symbol gives a multiple values. Okay, percentage symbols gives the multiple values. So like pattern, so what is a query here? So starts with a S, so like S percentage, that means it should start with S and followed by, there can be any number of characters. See, any number of characters. It should start with S and followed by any number of characters, right? So this is a pattern search. Here we are giving a pattern. So if you want to give this double E, if you want to get the details of a student where there are consecutive E's, So display student details whose name have EE anywhere, whose name have EE anywhere. So for that purpose we can select this one. So select the query where you can simply use a percentage, that means multiple elements, or give here EE percentage, EE and a percentage, okay, and also EE. So that implies sorry, so here you can see, so it can have multiple values and EE consecutive E's and multiple values. So you'll get the result. You'll get the result here. Okay, so this is how we can use this pattern search. Pattern search. If you want to get the data of a student details whose names ends with some particular I, so you can use percentage I, so that you'll get the complete student details whose name ends with I. Right? So hope you understood this one. That is a like to search for the pattern. And in column name in, you can give multiple values. If the column name is having these values, it will execute. See, so display student details whose percentage is either 90, 99, 88, 75. Okay, so we have to display the student details whose percentage is either 90, 99, 88 and 75. So you can simply use a simple condition, okay, compound condition, by checking the percentage is equal to 90, or percentage is equal to 99, or percentage is equal to 88, or percentage is equal to 75. But by using this in also we can execute the query. So let us check this one. So select star from student where percentage in, so give the values here. What are the values we have given here? So 90, 99, 88 and 75. So you'll get the complete details whose percentage is satisfies with these particular values. So for example, you can also give the 40 here. See, so you get the details 99, 88, 40. All the three has been there, right? So there are no student details whose percentage is 90. Okay, this is exact match. It's not a between. Okay, we are not giving any range. We are checking the percentage with exact matches, either 90 or 99 or 88 or 40. Right? So the next one is a between. That means a range. Range. So the query will be like this. So display student details whose percentage is between 85 and 90 or 95, 85 and 95. So here we have to give the range, right? So in order to give the range, you can use this between. Okay, see, simply we'll execute the query. So select star from student where percentage between 85 and 95. So it will display all the student details whose percentage is in between 85 and 95. And if you change this 95 to 100, you will get the details. See, in between 85 and 100. Right? So this is how we can execute the query to retrieve the data. That means there are a lot of cases. So still there are a lot of cases. So there are we are having two more cases, that is by using have by, okay, group by and having classes. So we can also retrieve the data by using these two classes. So that means a having and group by, and also we can use a subqueries. Okay, subqueries, nested queries. So we'll see all these things in the further classes, right? So hope you understood this select statement, how many ways we can get the data from the table. We can use a simple condition, we can use a compound condition, or we can use a between, we can use a like, we can use a in, we can use the order by. That means we can change the order, right? So based upon ascending order or the descending order, and also we can limit the number of results. We can limit the number of results. So hope you understood this one. So if you are having any doubts regarding these queries, select statement, so feel free to post your doubts in the comment section. Definitely, I will try to clarify all your doubts. If you really enjoyed my session, like my session, share my session with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. Thank you very much.